Video game has become one of the most popular form of entertainment in the world. However, their growing popularity has also sparked concern about their potential impact on children's behavior, particularly their increased exposure to violence. In this debate, I will argue that this host believe that video games cause violence for children, supporting my stances with the following argument. First, video game violence can desensitize children to real-world violence. Violent video games often depict graphic and realistic violence. Children who regularly play this video game may become accustomed to such display, leading to a decreased sensitivity toward violence in real life. This desensitization can increase the risk of them accepting or even perpetuating violence itself. A study by Anderson and College 2003 demonstrated that children who play violent video games were more likely to ignore real-world violence. Another study by Carnegie and College in 2007 found that such children saw violence as a more acceptable means or conflict resolution. And my second argument is video game can teach children violent methods and strategies. Many video games involve player learning and analyzing combat mechanics, often featuring weapon handling, injury infliction, and tactic for navigating violent situations. Children playing this game may internalize this method, increasing the likelihood or resorting to violence when faced with conflict in real life. Sari and Colette in 2007 found that children who play violent video games were more prone to employing violence in real-world situations. Moreover, Fang and College in 2004 observed that correlation between playing violent video game and a history of aggressive behavior in children. And third, my third argument is video game can normalize violence in the eye of children. Violence video games often portray violence as commonplace and even heroic, presenting consequences for such action as minimal or absent. Children who exposed to this normalized depiction may develop a perception of violence as acceptable or even desirable, increasing their risk of engaging in such behavior themselves. Again, Fang and College in 2004 discovered that children who play violent video games exhibited more positive attitude toward violence. Another study by Anderson and College in 2015 report that children exposed to violent video games were more likely to justify the use of violence. Violence video game teach children that violence is a solution to problems. Many video games portray violence as a way to solve problems. This can teach children that violence is an acceptable way to get what they want. This can lead to them to being more likely to use violence in real life to solve their problems. So, based on this argument, I believe that game cause violence for children because in their exposure to desensitizing, instructional, and normalizing portrayal of violence can increase the susceptibility to resorting to violence in real life, while other factors like family and social environment undoubtedly play a role in shaping children's behavior, but video games present a significant risk that cannot be ignored. Therefore, it is crucial for parents and caregivers to limit children's exposure to violent video games and engage in conversation about the harmful implications of violence. We must actively encourage healthier form of entertainment and foster environment that promote non-violent conflict resolution, ensuring the well-being and safety to our future generation. Video games are one of the most popular form of entertainment in the world, including in Indonesia. It's estimated that over 2 billion people worldwide play video games, and the number is growing every year. One of the issues is often discussed about video games is their influence on violence behavior. Many people believe that violence video game can cause children to become aggressive and commit violence in real life. In this debate, I will argue that they have this house belief that video games do not cause violence for children. Why? Here I'm going to provide some argument to support this motion, including 1. Violence video games do not always lead to aggressive behavior in children. 2. Other factors such as family and social environment also play a role in influencing students' aggressive behavior. And the third is video game can have positive effect on children, such as improving motor skill, creativity, and problem-solving skill. First, I'm going to explain it. First, violent video games do not always lead to aggressive behavior in children. There have many studies conducted to investigate in the relationship between violent video game and aggressive behavior. Some studies have shown that there is a positive relationship between the two, namely children who play violent video games are more likely to behave aggressively. However, other studies have shown that the relationship between the two is not so strong. In fact, some studies have shown that there is no relationship at all between the two. One study that showed that violent video games do not always lead to aggressive behavior is a study conducted by Anderson and colleagues at 2015. This study involved over 170 children aged 12 until 17 years old. The results of the study showed that there is a positive relationship between playing violent video game and aggressive behavior, but the relationship is only moderate. Another study that showed that violent video games do not always lead to aggressive behavior is a study conducted by Gentile and colleagues at 2017. The study involved over 4,000 children aged 8 until 17 years old. The result of the study showed that there is no relationship between playing video game and aggressive behavior. From this very study, it can be concluded that violent video games do not always lead to aggressive behavior in children. There are the other factors that also play a role in influencing children's aggressive behavior, such as family and social environment. And the second argument, other factors such as family and social environment also play a role in influencing children's aggressive behavior. In addition to the factor of violent games, video games, there are other factors that also play role in influencing children aggressive behavior, including family environment, social environment, and biological factor. Therefore, It's important to consider this other factor when investigating the relationship between violent video game and aggressive behavior. And the third argument is video game can have positive effect on children. In addition to negative effect, video game can also have positive effect on children, including improving motor skill. Some video game can help improve children motor skill, such as reflex and hand-eye coordination. The second is improving creativity. Video game can help develop children creativity, such as problem solving and critical thinking skill. And the third is improving problem solving skill. Video game can help children learn to solve problems such as strategy and decision making. Therefore, it's important to see video game is a balanced way, both the positive and negative impact. So, based on the argument above, I argue that this house believe that video game cause do not cause violence to children. Violence violence video game do not always lead to aggressive behavior in children. There are also factors that play a role in influencing children behavior, such as family and social environment. In addition, video game can also have a positive effect on children, not always a negative effect. Thank you.